If what we are now doing is right, what is left to be called wrong?
We hear about it daily, but what exactly is it? It's the belief that one race is superior to every other. But why? Why don't we accept each other as humans, not defined by any race or gender? Some people use this to joke.
You know, Maria, I sometimes wonder if we'll ever discover the meaning of it all, working in a place like this.
I've worked in worse places, philosophically speaking.
Really, Maria?
Yes. I used to work in the Académie Française, but it didn't do me any good at all. And I once worked in the library in the Prado in Madrid, but it didn't teach me nothing, I recall. And the Library of Congress, you'd have thought, would hold some key, but it didn't. And neither did the Bodleian Library. In the British Museum, I hoped to find some clue. I worked there from 9 till 6, read every volume through, but it didn't teach me nothing about life's mystery. I just kept getting older, and it got more difficult to see, till eventually my eyes went, and my arthritis got bad. And so now I'm cleaning up in here. But I can't be really sad. Because you see, I feel that life's a game. You sometimes win or lose. And though I may be down right now, at least I don't work for Jews.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had a racist working here. I apologize most sincerely. I mean, where are you going? No, I can't explain it.
Unfortunately, this isn't a laughing matter. It can even lead to death. History has showed us that these problems have lasted for more than 2 millennia. Violence for ages over simple differences. But it raises many questions. Why did we wait until last century to try and solve this problem?
I mean, the greatest thing that ever happened for the advancement of civil rights in this country were those moron Southern sheriffs who, turned the hoses and the dogs on these nonviolent protesters, because the image of those fat cracker, with the roll of fat here and the ferocious dogs, those are real horror images.
Everyone can be a racist. One of the astonishing cases is Mahatma Gandhi. When Gandhi addressed a public meeting in Bombay on the 26th of September 1896, he had the following to say about the Indian struggle in South Africa. Ours is one continued struggle against degradation sought to be inflicted upon us by the European, who desire to degrade us to the level of the raw Kafir, whose occupation is hunting and whose sole ambition is to collect a certain number of cattle to buy a wife with, and then pass his life in indolence and nakedness. And we are not exempt from this. Mexico has a serious racist problem. Every time you say naco, you're being racist. It's impressive the amount of people which are killed, hurt, or degraded to the level of an animal.
Carlos Kameni is from Cameroon in West Africa. He plays goal for the Spanish club team Espanyol, one of the strongest teams in perhaps the strongest league in the world. But even fans in his own stadium shower him with racist slurs and bananas.
When I see a banana on the field, I think, I'm not a monkey, I'm a human.
We are confronted primarily with a moral issue. It is as old as the Scriptures and is as clear as the American Constitution. The heart of the question is whether all Americans are to be afforded equal rights and equal opportunities, whether we are going to treat our fellow Americans as we want to be treated. If an American, because his skin is dark, cannot eat lunch in a restaurant open to the public, if he cannot send his children to the best public school available, if he cannot vote for the public officials who represent him, if, in short, he cannot enjoy the full and free life which all of us want, then who among us would be content to have the color of his skin changed and stand in his place? Who among us would then be content with the counsels of patience and delay? 100 years of delay have passed since President Lincoln freed the slaves, yet their heirs, their grandsons, are not fully free. They are not yet freed from the bonds of injustice. They are not yet freed from social and economic oppression. And this nation, for all its hopes and all its boasts, will not be fully free until all its citizens are free.
This might remind us of the first time a black person was accepted to a university over 45 years ago. In September 1962, Governor Ross R. Barnett of Mississippi ignored a court order and prevented James H. Meredith, a black man, from enrolling at the state university. On the night of September 29th, even as the president went on national television to appeal to the people of Mississippi to obey the law, rioting began on the campus. After 15 hours of rioting and 2 deaths, Kennedy sent in troops to restore order. Meredith was admitted to the university, and troops and federal marshals remained on the campus to ensure his safety. With so much hatred, there's one question which rises.
Are we worth saving? You tell me.
Well, that's the end of the film. Now here's the meaning of life. Thank you, Brigitte. Well, it's nothing very special. But try and be nice to people, avoid eating fat, read a good book every now and then, get some walking in, and try and live together in peace and harmony with people of all creeds and nations.